Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at this knife here. This is from RoseCraft Blades. Some new introductions with this knife we're going to be talking about. A new box design. Got the dark gray box from RoseCraft. There's quite a bit of information on the back here. I'll kind of hold it up. You guys can have the opportunity to read that. But basically just describes how these are built. Kind of dismisses some of the misconceptions in the community about how these are made and dispels all that, providing quite a bit of information about just how they are built. So make sure you read that, and if you're interested, and we're going to talk more about the new rehandle of this knife. We've got two options. I only have one here. This is the Dapper Jigged bone. This is jigged by hand. So a craftsman will come in and jig each one of these. So they're all going to be a little different. They're done by hand. You can see how well the handle material matches side to side here. And again, beautiful jigging done on these knives is just fantastic. Just done so well. The hafting is fantastic. You get the new diamond shield on this particular knife. Diamond shield's been released before, but it was never done on the Tanasi leg. If we look at the first one here, we see they used a rosebud shield on the smooth bone, this Bora Bora smooth bone. So quite a number of differences between this and the new handle material. The other option you have is the blue jig bone. I do not have one of those here to show you, but also beautifully done handle material. So you might want to compare those two if you can find another review with that particular handle material, or maybe just take a peek at RoseCraft's website to see what it is they're offering there. But if we look at this one, you can see the build quality is excellent. You can only just make out that there's a spring in the middle. It almost looks like one solid piece of metal on the back. Of course, you get the integral bolster here. They talk a bit about that on the box, that this particular type of integral bolster actually costs them a bit more money because there's quite a bit of waste for them having to mill out the sides. But it makes for a much stronger knife. You get the spear point blade on this, and if we take more look at the liner, you can see how thick those are. It gives you an idea just how they create those integral liners there. You can see the thinness of the handle material. Makes for a very comfortable grip. Now, another thing they've introduced on this knife is they began rounding the corners a little bit more. They've put a little more focus on the hafting. So this is going to be a little, well, it's going to be a more comfortable knife out of the box. The edginess of the interior of the liners is pretty much just gone. That feels really smooth. So you don't need to spend the time like I have in the past rounding these over just to make them a little bit more comfortable in the hand. So a lot of that work is just done for you now. So that's really nice. So it's very comfortable in the hand. Another change they've made, obviously went to the 14C28 steel. There's the stamp, by the way. Tang stamp, long pull, deep swedging, satin finish on the blade, really well sharpened. Take a look at the other side as well. There's your blade edge, all done by hand. The other change that I was going to mention was that they've added the etching of the manufacturer's location, China, and no longer have the sticker on there. They've changed the Tang etch on there just a touch, and now it reads 14C28N steel with Andy Armstrong's maker's mark, as well as the model number RCT017-DJB for Dapper Jigged bone. Again, you have that option in the blue jig bone, so make sure you're checking that out if that would be something you think you'd be interested in. These are going to be available Thursday, 2 days from today. So what would that be? The 9th, the 10th, the 11th? June 11th. At your favorite authorized RoseCraft dealer for $62.99. I like to order mine from Red Hill Cutlery, but they'll be available on Risner and other places. So make sure you go to your favorite dealer and snatch one of these up. I think these are going to be pretty popular. Blade centering, as expected. Pretty much right down the middle. Bingo, bingo. No blade rub or anything like that. Half stop position is very firmative. Locks up well. I'd say the pull on this is about 6 to 6.5. Love that long pull on the spear point here. And again, with that satin finish, just makes for a beautiful knife. There's Andy's trademark there, the deep swedge. Andy the Swedge Armstrong. Lovely blade shape. Very versatile. One of those types of blade shapes that you can do just about anything with. Very comfortable in the hand due to that extra attention to the hafting. We got a full closed length here of 3.5 inches. Again, the blade steel is 14C28N. Full blade length of 2 3/4 inches, and then a cutting edge just shy of 2.5. So that will be UK legal all day long. But yeah, they've done a wonderful job as usual with this knife. And I feel like the Tanasi Lake, the teardrop design on this is superior to the case ones. I just like the shape of it a bit better. It's not too aggressive at the tip there, at the point. And then it's going to fit better in the hand that way. Not going to be poking into your hand. And I like that they've changed over to the diamond. I don't know what it is about that, but it's sort of more of a symmetrical design. So looks really nice and appealing. And yeah, another one of those card, design shields that help you collect all 4 if you'd like to kind of put that kind of set together. But yeah, really nice knife, and I think this will be one that I carry. Again, these drop Thursday, so if you're interested, make sure you're getting over to your favorite dealer. But that's going to do it for my review. Stick around for the slideshow, get some close-up views of this knife that I photographed. And if you enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing and hitting the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We will see you next time, guys. Take care.